All right, strap in, everyone. Today we're going deep on Omega Venture Partners. They're like the top name in AI investing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's crazy, back in 2007, when most folks thought computer vision was just a fad,
Right.
Omega, they saw the future. They invested in this company, Asset Media, using computer vision to like categorize video content, and bam, Epsilon buys them out big time.
They were early, that's for sure.
That's the kind of vision that makes Omega, well, Omega. We're going to break down this awesome Fireside Chat they did at Stanford's business school. They basically spilled all their secrets to success. And to help us make sense of it all, we've got our AI investing expert here,
Happy to be here.
ready to crack Omega's code.
Absolutely. It's more than just luck. They have this carefully built strategy, and it's let them back some of the biggest names in AI, even before, anyone knew they'd be huge.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking Zen Business, Otter.ai, Replicate.
All before AI was this, buzzword it is now.
Right. So let's go back to the start. Gaurav Tewari, Omega's managing director, he was into AI way back at MIT. His first AI investment.
Set Media.
Yep, in 2007.
Now, back then, AI investing, it was a hard sell.
I bet.
Lots of skepticism, people didn't believe it.
Makes sense.
But Omega, they saw the potential when others just saw risk. That early bet on Set Media, then the acquisition that proves their vision.
It's almost like they had a time machine, right?
Haha, yeah.
But Tewari didn't stop there. In 2017, he spots another opportunity, Braze. They were using machine learning to change the game for customer engagement.
Braze is a perfect example of Omega picking winners. Series B investment and Braze just takes off. They outperform bigger companies, companies with way more funding. And in the end,
IPO?
yep, they went public, proves the power of AI-driven stuff and Omega's talent of spotting it.
It makes you wonder, though, how do they do it? Is it gut feeling, super deep analysis, or some kind of mix?
It's got to be a combo, right? But one thing's for sure, Omega was super early to see that AI was going mainstream. It went from this theoretical thing to a business reality. You think about it, 2016, AlphaGo beats the world champ at Go.
Huge.
2017, Google drops the transformer. Then, boom. 2018, GPT-1 arrives.
Right.
Followed by GPT-2 and 3 in the next couple years.
It was like bam, bam, bam. So many milestones. The whole AI world felt like it was exploding with potential.
Yeah, exactly. Omega wasn't just watching this happen to them. It was proof. This was the start of the AI tsunami, and they were ready to ride it.
Makes sense. But AI wasn't always easy, right? I remember when using it for business, it was a total pain. Expensive, complicated, you needed tons of data, special teams, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, totally.
It felt like it was only for the experts.
For a long time it was, but then came this democratization of AI.
Okay.
Companies like DataRobot, they popped up, made machine learning something anyone could use, not just PhDs.
Right.
Suddenly, you didn't need a doctorate to train a model to get insights from your data.
That was huge. It opened up AI to a whole new universe.
Exactly.
So many possibilities.
And Omega, they were right there leading the charge. They saw how businesses could totally transform using data and AI.
That's brilliant.
This became the core of their whole investment thesis.
Smart moves, for sure. It's like realizing smartphones weren't just for techies anymore. They were going to change how everyone communicates.
Okay, but here's the thing that gets me. There are so many VC firms out there. But Omega, they became the AI powerhouse. How did they stand out from the crowd like that?
Well, they were pioneers, straight up. They launched the first U.S. venture capital fund that was only focused on AI and machine learning, and they specifically went for early-stage companies. That first mover advantage, it was massive.
Yeah, I can see that.
It let them build up this deep knowledge of the whole AI landscape. They became the go-to firm for AI entrepreneurs. Okay, so they were early. But there's got to be more to it than that, right? What else gave them that edge?
Their network, for one. They built this incredible network of AI experts, researchers, entrepreneurs.
Wow.
It gave them this constant stream of info, letting them spot promising companies before anyone else.
It's like having their finger on the pulse of the entire AI world.
Exactly. And it wasn't just about info, it was about access, too. Omega could get into the most in-demand deals, even when everyone wanted in.
I bet.
Remember Raken AI, founded by that serial entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Omega got a piece of that, even though it was super oversubscribed.
Serious.
Other firms, they were dying to get in, but Omega already had their spot.
That's some serious pull. It's obvious they're not just any VC firm. But how do they keep that advantage going? The AI world moves so fast, it's like warp speed. How do they stay ahead of the curve?
They're strategic about it, that's for sure. It starts with their team. They've got this group of people with the deepest domain expertise you can find, and they've all got a proven track record in AI and venture capital.
So it's not just about being smart, it's about having the right kind of smarts.
Exactly. It's about experience. And they've also built this thing called the Omega Strategic Partner Network.
Okay, what's that?
Basically, it connects them to all these top AI practitioners, gives them this like insider view on new trends and cutting-edge tech.
So it's like having a direct line to the best minds in AI. That's
Exactly.
pretty smart. But I got to ask, AI investing is crazy competitive. How does Omega make sure they're not just keeping up, but actually staying ahead of everyone else?
Well, they've got a few key strategies. First, they've got this team, right? Super carefully picked. Top-notch domain expertise, deep understanding of the AI landscape. That means they don't just see the tech, they see the whole picture.
Yeah.
The market, the competition, the potential impact, everything.
So it's like they can see the forest for the trees.
Exactly. And then there's their network, like we talked about, the Omega Strategic Partner Network. With all those leading practitioners, it gives them this incredible insight into what's coming next, helps them stay ahead of the curve.
So it's not just about having a team, it's about having the team with all the right connections.
Precisely. Second, they've built these proprietary systems. They basically leverage everything their team has learned over decades in both VC and AI.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying they're using AI to power their AI investments? That's kind of meta, isn't it?
It is, and it's super effective. One of these systems is their AI-driven deal screening engine.
Okay, tell me more.
It basically goes through all the opportunities super fast, filters out the noise, and finds the ones with the most promise.
That's awesome.
It's like having a super-powered research assistant, you know?
Right, so it saves them tons of time and effort.
Exactly. And lastly, Omega is all about being more than just money for their companies. They really partner with the management teams, offer guidance, support, whatever they need to succeed.
Wow.
Like they worked closely with Tungsten Automation, helped them integrate predictive and generative AI into their products.
So they're not just giving money, they're giving a partner. Someone who's invested in their success, not just financially.
Absolutely. That kind of hands-on approach, it makes a huge difference.
I could see that. So we've seen how Omega got started, how they stay ahead, but I'm curious, what gives them that lasting edge in AI investing? It's such a competitive market. What makes them stand out?
Well, for one, they're just so immersed in the AI world, you
Right.
know? They've been doing this for so long, they can almost predict what's going to be big, what's going to last.
Really?
Yeah, like last year, all these generative AI companies were popping up.
Right, everyone was talking about it.
Exactly. But Omega, they passed on a bunch of them.
Interesting. Why?
They felt those companies were just offering like small improvements, not real game changers.
So they weren't swayed by all the hype.
Nope. They saw through it, made a smart call, and guess what? They were right.
What do you mean?
Well, then all these big foundation models came out, and the big tech companies, they jumped on generative AI, totally changed the game for those startups.
Wow, so Omega saw that coming.
They did. Their deep knowledge of the tech and the market, it paid off.
That's impressive. It's like they could predict the future.
Haha, kinda.
What else gives them that edge?
Their reputation, they're known as this super reliable partner.
Makes sense.
Top management teams, they want investors who get AI who've been successful.
Yeah.
They don't want someone just chasing the latest trend.
Right.
Omega's built these strong relationships over years, and their expertise is undeniable. That's earned them trust, gives them access to amazing opportunities.
I bet startups love that. Knowing you've got a partner who's been there, done that, understands your world, that's got to be invaluable.
Totally.
So what's the third advantage?
They're builders.
What do you mean?
A lot of their team, they've actually built AI systems themselves.
Oh, wow.
So they have this like inside perspective when they're checking out potential investments.
I see.
They can give their companies real practical advice, help them overcome challenges.
That makes a lot of sense. It's different from just understanding AI in theory, right?
Yeah, they've actually been in the trenches, built something with it.
Okay, I got to ask this, though. With all these companies saying they're AI-powered now, how does Omega find the real leaders, the ones who are going to be huge before everyone else does? How do they spot those hidden gems?
They're amazing at identifying potential early on.
Okay,
Think Zen Business, Otter, Replicant.
yeah.
They invested in those companies way before AI was this like household term.
It's like they have a crystal ball or something. How do they do it?
They see what others don't. And a lot of cases, the companies they invested in, they didn't even realize they'd be AI focused yet.
Really?
Omega saw their core strengths, knew they could build killer AI solutions.
So they're not just looking at what a company is, they're seeing what it could be.
Exactly, like Forward Networks.
Yeah.
Omega invested early, and Forward Networks went all in on AI. Now they're a leader in their space.
Wow.
Same with Tungsten Automation, Elemental Machines, Zen Business. They've all integrated AI successfully, often with Omega's help.
Okay, so they're good at picking winners. But I imagine it's tough, right? With everyone claiming to be AI-powered, there's going to be a ton of noise to cut through,
Oh yeah, lots of marketing hype out there.
right?
Plenty of companies using AI powered as a buzzword, but there's nothing real behind it.
So it's all smoke and mirrors.
Sometimes. But Omega knows better. Their deep knowledge lets them see past that. They can look under the hood, see what a company's really capable of, evaluate the team, the product, how strong it is.
So they know what's real and what's not.
They do. They know which areas are already crowded, which companies are in a good spot, and which markets are ready for something new.
Sounds like they have a pretty good BS protector. So for all those entrepreneurs out there dreaming of getting Omega's attention, what's the secret? What do they look for in the companies they invest in?
First, they want companies building their own data assets, data that's specific to their industry.
Okay.
And they want to see that deep expertise combined with a real understanding of what customers need.
So it's not enough to have a fancy algorithm.
No, not at all.
You need the right data, and you need to know how to use it to solve real problems.
Exactly. And they want to see sophisticated AI systems designed for specific high-value uses.
Makes sense.
There has to be a clear need for the product, and the company needs to have proven it works.
So people actually want what you're selling.
Right. It can't just be theoretical. And of course, they need a solid business plan, a good go-to-market strategy, a clear path to making money.
Sounds like they're picky.
They are. Their investment committee, their approval rate is under 2%.
Wow, that's tough. What are they looking for in their due diligence process?
They want the whole package: amazing tech, strong leadership, and real value for customers, like Otter.ai.
Yeah, the meeting assistant.
Right. They go way beyond just transcribing meetings. They use knowledge graphs and queries to give users real insights.
So they're not just using AI for the sake of it.
Nope. They're using it to create a product that's truly different, that solves a real problem.
And that's what Omega wants to see.
Exactly. Companies using AI to stand out, not just as a gimmick.
This has been super interesting. We've talked a lot about the software side. What about hardware? NVIDIA's been blowing up in the AI space, haven't they?
They have. Their GPUs are perfect for the heavy lifting AI needs.
Makes sense.
All that training and running models, it takes serious power. And their CUDA software, it's basically the industry standard now.
So it's hard for anyone else to compete.
Pretty much. Of course, you've got the big cloud companies too. Amazon, Microsoft, Google.
Right.
They're the ones providing the massive computing power needed for all this AI stuff.
And they're all investing in AI themselves, right?
Totally.
It's a tough market to break into.
It is. Especially with the GPU shortage driving prices up.
Yeah, that's been a problem. Speaking of which, it seems like there's a new foundation model every week now. What's going on there? Can you talk about those companies and what you're seeing?
Building those models, it's crazy expensive.
I bet.
Companies like Anthropic, OpenAI, Cohere, plus the big tech companies, they're pouring billions into it.
Wow.
And we're kind of hitting a point of diminishing returns.
What do you mean?
Like GPT-4, Claude 3, Gemini Ultra, they're all performing at a similar level now.
So is it just a race to make the biggest model with the most data?
Not necessarily. Those big models are impressive, but they're not always efficient. And they're not optimized for specific tasks.
Okay.
Omega sees the real opportunity in companies that build on top of those models.
Interesting.
They add specific functionalities, solve actual business problems.
So it's not just about the model itself, it's what you can do with it.
Exactly. We're seeing companies focus on things like making them work together, simplifying them, making them reliable, and integrating them with their own business data to create better solutions.
That's cool. So what's next? What's coming up in AI?
Two areas are really heating up: fine-tuning and model delivery.
Okay, let's break those down for me.
Fine-tuning is basically customizing a pre-trained model for a specific job. And model delivery is all about making the model respond faster, more efficiently.
So it's like taking a powerful engine and tuning it up, making it work better for specific tasks.
Exactly. Like what James Watt did with the steam engine back in the day.
Right, he made it way more efficient.
Yep, and we're seeing some interesting things with smaller, customized models too, like DBRX.
Okay.
If they can match the performance of the bigger models but with fewer resources, that could really shake things up.
Wow, that would be huge. It's clear that the AI revolution is still going strong, and Omega's right there in the thick of it. So it sounds like we're just getting started with what AI can do. And Omega Venture Partners, they're right there leading the charge. But what makes them like more than just a regular VC firm?
They're deeply embedded in the whole AI scene. They're not just writing checks and walking away.
Right.
They're actively involved with their companies, giving advice, mentoring, connecting them with their network.
They've got a lot of connections.
Oh, tons. Experts, resources, you name it. They're in the trenches, helping their companies figure out how to build and grow an AI business.
It's like they're really committed to seeing those companies succeed, not just make money.
Exactly. They're partners, not just investors. And it's working, too. Their companies are always pushing the boundaries of AI, coming up with new stuff all the time.
That's impressive. But let's be real, not everyone has the same level of expertise as Omega. So for anyone out there who wants to get involved with AI, whether they're investors, entrepreneurs, or just curious, where do they even start?
Honestly, never stop learning. AI is changing so fast, you got to keep up. There are online courses, books, tons of resources out there.
So keep learning, keep exploring.
Yeah. And don't just read about it, try stuff out. Experiment with different tools and technologies. The best way to learn is by doing.
Jump in, get your hands dirty. I like it.
And connect with other people who are into AI. Go to conferences, join online groups, build relationships. The AI community is really open and supportive.
So it's all about collaboration, learning from each other.
Exactly. And you don't have to be a tech whiz to get involved. There are so many ways to contribute, whether you're investing, starting a company, advocating for good policies, or just spreading the word about what AI can do.
So there's a place for everyone in this AI revolution.
Absolutely. The more people we have, the better. We need different perspectives, different talents to make sure AI benefits everyone.
Well said. It's clear that Omega Venture Partners isn't just going along for the ride, they're shaping the future of AI. Their deep understanding of the tech, their smart investing, and their commitment to building a responsible AI world makes them a force to be reckoned with.
I agree. They're setting the bar high for everyone in AI investing, and their insights are valuable for anyone who wants to understand where this technology is going.
So if you're thinking about investing in the future of AI, definitely check out Omega Venture Partners.
They're not just betting on the future, they're building it.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Omega Venture Partners. We covered a lot, from their early days to where they are now at the top of the AI investing game. We talked about their philosophy, their winning strategies, their vision for the future.
It's been a fascinating look into a company that's definitely making waves in the world of AI.
So listeners, what surprised you about Omega Venture Partners? What were your key takeaways? Share your thoughts in the comments and visit Omega's website for more information. Until next time, keep exploring the amazing world of AI.